It is clear to the observant reader that knowledge in the Bible relates to sexuality. Hence, the tree of knowledge, da'at, gnosis, is a direct reference to sexuality. What then is the purpose of this reference to sex and its role in the fate of Adam and Eve? When humanity was physically separated into two sexes, man and woman still carried within them the reflection of their Creator. Thus, within every male, there still exists a female aspect, and within every woman exists a male aspect. By this level of meaning, Adam and Eve symbolize the subtle energetic physiology of the individual. Adam and Eve as polarized energy are represented in the ancient symbol of the caduceus. Popularly associated to the Greek god Hermes, the symbol of the caduceus is actually visible in the records of countless ancient cultures from around the world. The two serpents have always symbolized the masculine and feminine energetic channels that wind up the spinal column. As they are energetic, not physical, a scalpel will never find them. Their root is yesod, the foundation, the sexual organs, and they are fed by the sexual energy. These two channels of energy are called Ida and Pingala in Sanskrit. In the Kabbalah, they are called Od and Ob, and in esoteric Christianity, they are called Adam and Eve. In the Bible, they are also called the two olive trees and the two candlesticks standing before the God of the earth. The two serpents wind up the spinal column of the physical body. The spine is most often symbolized by a staff or a rod. The spine is the staff of the master and the central column of the human temple. The column stands upon the foundation stone, yesod, the sexual energy. The spine has 33 vertebrae, symbolized by the 33 years of the life of Jesus of Nazareth and by the 33 degrees of the Masons. On either side of this rod, the spinal column, are two serpents. Pingala is the masculine aspect, Adam. Ida is the feminine aspect, Eve. It is the energy of Eve in our psyche that pushes for procreation. When Eve is tempted to eat the fruit of the tree of knowledge, this is a symbol of humanity desiring the fruit of sexuality. Children. Until this time, humanity was not allowed to have children on their own. They were not allowed to eat that fruit.
And the serpent said to the woman, "You are not going to die, but the Elohim know that as soon as you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like divine beings who know good and bad."
Tempted by the serpent, human beings chose to procreate of their own will. In their innocence, however, they did not realize that the laws they were given were for their own good. Learning to procreate without the guidance of the Elohim led to the discovery of the orgasm. The tree of knowledge, or sexuality, was present alongside all the other aspects of existence. It is even recognized as an important presence in Eden, alongside the tree of life. And in the tradition of the Kabbalah, these two trees are said to share the same roots. However, unlike any other tree in Eden, Adam and Eve were only allowed to enjoy the tree of knowledge without indulging in its fruit.
For as soon as you eat of it, you shall die.
While in Eden, Adam and Eve only knew divinity and innocence, and thus inherently respected the laws of creation. In their innocence, they were ignorant of the consequences of indulging in the fruit of sexuality. Tremendous energy is harnessed in the sexual act between a man and a woman. It is in this coitus that humanity has the God-given capacity to create. Man is the active force, the reflection of God the Father. Woman as the receptive force, the reflection of God the Mother, and sex as the force that brings them together. These are the three forces that give rise to all of creation, and this is the foundation of the universal symbol of the Trinity. The Trinity is a unity of three that express as one. But in order to create, this one divides itself in two, male and female. This is the mystery of the Holy Spirit, the fecundating fire of God, symbolized in India as Shiva Shakti, the creative and destructive power of God. One of the most sacred symbols of Shiva, the Holy Spirit, is the lingam yoni, the intersection of the phallus and uterus. The same symbol is found on the other side of the world, in the alchemical tradition. The force that powers all creation, on all levels of existence, is sexual energy. Sexual energy is symbolized by fire, by water, and by light. In the tradition of alchemy, the sexual energy is symbolized by Mercury. When we strike upon the foundation stone, the rock, we find the waters of life. The ancient ritual of baptism is a symbol of the transmutation of sexual energy, the source of salvation. All of life is born of the sexual waters. The power of creation, harnessing the force of that electric energy, implies a great responsibility. At the time of Adam and Eve, sex was only practiced in the temples under the guidance of the Elohim. Gabriel and his legions of angels were guiding humanity in this holy ritual, as indicated by his recurrence in the Bible announcing the arrival of children. Gabriel is the regent of the moon and directly influences all forms of conception. At certain times of the year, the husband and wife would travel long distances in order to be instructed in the sexual mysteries. This is the long forgotten root of the modern practice of the honeymoon. Thus, the angels supervised this holy sacrament and guided a single sperm to meet an egg in the precise moment needed to engender a deliberate and divine child. The wasteful expulsion of energy and semen through the orgasm was not and is not required to create a child. This is, in fact, the hidden meaning of the term immaculate conception. Immaculate means perfectly clean.